What's good everyone, it's boy yadiiiigg, 4 eyes, 2 G's here, and today we're here to talk about Famous Dex. Now, as most of you guys would know, Famous Dex just dropped a brand new album called Diana, a long-awaited project from Famous Dex. We've been getting single after single for a while, and I just wanted to kind of analyze the climate around Dex and the sales and the stats we have for this album so far, because to be quite frank, they're just not good at all, which really isn't that surprising considering where Dex is in his career right now. But yeah, I just want to kind of break it down. Let's go.
No sir, I don't wanna push and pull. What can I do to get through to you? I'm on my own, it's been that way. On the real, I wish I caught you on a different day. Poems, that's all of my dreams. They from 2000, Rihanna, my Pumas. I came with 2 girls, I just couldn't choose one. Left my old shorty and got a few new ones. Not rocking no diamonds, but gets in my pockets and
Okay, so as you can see right here, we've got this album up right now on the Genius page, Diana Famous Dex, which was released on October 9th. Now, just firstly for some context kind of leading into this project, as you can see, Famous Dex has been releasing a bunch of singles over the last year or two, which, as I've explained in other videos, this is kind of a tactic that the labels do when they're releasing song after song and just nothing connects and nothing really hits on that major level. They just keep trying singles after singles until they basically realize, fuck, we basically tried everything at this point, let's just release the album, which is pretty much exactly what happened here. None of these singles hit on any major level. Some were more successful than others, but yeah, compared to songs like Japan and Pick It Up, as you can see, none of them reached Billboard, none of them went gold or platinum, etc, etc. So yeah, none of the singles kind of leading up to the project did well at all. Okay, then we kind of move on to the project, and I want to start out with this right here. If you guys didn't see this, holy shit, this was like low-key kind of sad, but also high-key kind of funny at the same time. If you didn't see this, Famous Dex shared this on his Instagram, and it has the trend in here, and he thought because it said Famous Dex right here, that meant he was trending, and the caption was, "Don't count me out yet." I kind of feel bad for Dex in this case because everybody was clowning him and it's become a bit of a meme everywhere right now. All on his Instagram comments are about this right here. But I just thought it was pretty funny that he thought he was trending. Yeah, that's just a little joke right there. I thought that was kind of funny right there though. Anyways, let's move on to this. Okay, so the problem right now will be with this project is we're not actually going to get the first week sales for this project because it's going to perform so poorly. And that's not me trying to make a joke out of the situation. That's just a reality. As you can see right here, this is a top 200 albums for the week of Famous Dex's album release, and this is kind of updated halfway through the week. Now, as you can see right here, I've searched for Famous Dex on this, and out of the top 200, it's not coming up at all. Now, keep in mind, these aren't the final sales for the week, but if it isn't showing up so far, that means it's probably not going to land onto the top 200. Now, just for comparison's sake, so we can get a rough ballpark of how much this album has actually sold, this is a last week's sales, and as you can see right here, number 200 album on this chart sold 5.5k first week. So now, assuming that Famous Dex's album doesn't somehow magically shoot up towards the end of the week, we can safely say that the album is going to sell under 5.5k first week. And trust me, considering the streams and the actual numbers for this project so far, I would be very, very surprised if it reaches anywhere near 5.5k. Like, we probably won't know the actual sales for this project because it's going to do that little, but yeah, we can definitely safely say it's going to do under 5.5k, that's for sure. Now, talking about the streams for the project, I've got up the Spotify streams for the newest songs of the project right here so far. Before we delve into that though, as always guys, I want to give a couple quick shout outs from the Instagram. You know how we do it, man. Big shout outs to Patrick_G4, and also shout outs to Dior Amex for following me over on my IG. Much appreciated YouTube, much appreciated to everyone else over on my IG. Always much appreciated for the love you guys show me over there at yadiiiigg. If you guys don't follow your boy, man, make sure to right now. But yeah, let's get back to it. Okay, so moving on to the Spotify streams, as you guys can see right here, I've got up this total Spotify streams for the newest songs of this project so far. Again, this is only looking at the newest songs of the project because obviously the singles have been out for longer, so they would have more streams over time. But this is just looking at the newest songs of the project, and it shows just how little attention these newest songs and this project as a whole is getting. Now, I want to go to this chart right here first, which doesn't include this big song right here because we're going to touch on that in a second, but not including that big song. As you can see, this is a little bit more in depth and shows it more finely. Most of the songs are getting in between 20 to 40,000 streams. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them are less than 20,000 streams. Then you have 3 of them in between 20 to 40,000 streams. Keep in mind, it's currently the 19th over here in Australia, so to be only having this many streams on your album so far in the matter of what, 10 or so days, just means basically nobody is listening to it. Like, these are such little amounts of streams, It's insane. So yeah, going back over to this chart right here, selling 5.5k, that's like would be ridiculously good for Famous Dex. Like I would be surprised if it gets anywhere near that, to be honest. Like this album is performing really bad, just to be completely honest. Now then we get to this song right here, Solar System, and as you can see, it's at nearly 500,000 streams, and this is basically the only positive for this album from Famous Dex right now. Like it's not hard to see how much this song is outperforming every other song. Now if you guys don't know, this song right here, Solar System, is actually featuring Trippie Redd, which is part of the reason why it's doing so well, because of course there are a lot of eyeballs and a lot of attention on Trippie Redd right now. Plus over on Famous Dex's Instagram, they recently posted a photo together just 4 or so days ago now, and as you see in the caption, Dex is teasing a video from them. So this song right here obviously goes without saying, this could be a huge moment for Dex, and this could be a big comeback song for Dex, and this could be like the big hit that he kind of needs, and the big kind of internet hit to bring him back into relevance, because there is no way just off this project right here and just based off the success of the songs that he's released so far, he's gonna get any attention, or there's basically any other hit of this song. This is like the one saving grace from this project, and if somehow they can get the video out and the label can kind of give it a bit of a push, maybe somehow this can give Dex a bit of a boost and turn this project around and maybe turn it into a little bit of a success. Because if it wasn't for this song, as you guys can see, every other song off the project is doing terribly. So yeah, this could be like the one saving grace from this project and kind of turn everything around. Now, also on top of that, what I found super interesting is, and I think this is really telling, if you guys don't know, this Famous Dex documentary just got released around the same time as his album, and I think the success of this documentary says a lot. As you guys can see right here, this has got over 200,000 views so far in just 10 or so days. Now, compare that to his most recently released music video, which was for Covered in Diamonds, which was released on September the 25th and has 250,000 views. It's pretty clear that for some reason, people are really gravitating towards this, arguably more than his music right now. And I think this is super telling to everything going on with Famous Dex right now. It's clear that people are still interested in Famous Dex and kind of take a keen interest in kind of what's going on in his life and kind of that type of stuff right now, but it's just the music that's letting it down. It's just the music that's not good enough. Like if you've listened to Diana, the album, holy shit, it is just mid. Like, there's no way to sugarcoat it. There's no way to be nice about it. It's some of the most mid music released this year. And I like Famous Dex. Normally in these videos, I will kind of defend the music, and even if the sales are bad, I will kind of say, look, I like the music. Nah, there's no defending that album. That album is full of mid music. Famous Dex had been making mid music for a good year or two at least now. So yeah, I think kind of the success of that documentary and the fact that it's got so many views compared to the album, which is completely tanked in the same time, just says a lot to the state of Famous Dex's career right now. It just says that the music needs to get better. It says that people are still interested in Dex as a person and kind of interested in following him and the storyline of Dex, because Dex is a very likable person. He's a very likable persona. He's a very likable personality, but it's just some music that needs to get back to that point or needs to get better, because at the moment the music is just not good enough. But yeah, overall, as you can see right here, unfortunately, it's just not a good situation for Dex right now. Musically, as I said, this album is some of the worst music Dex has put out, 100%. Some of the worst music Famous Dex has put out. And that pains me to say it because you guys already know, I've been a fan of Dex, 2015, 2016, etc, etc. I used to bump Dex all the time. But yeah, this music is just not it. And unfortunately, the streams and kind of the success of the project thus far just kind of reflect how mid this music is. I really hope Famous Dex can bounce back though, and I hope he kind of gets back to releasing some better music and kind of more structured music and more focused music, because yeah, I think he's a bit all over the shop right now. But yeah, if you've given the album a listen, make sure to let us know what you guys think about it in the comments below. And if you haven't, please make sure to like, subscribe, comment, turn on notifications, all that good YouTube stuff. And there are more videos of mine on screen right now. Make sure to check them out if you haven't.